Okay, I've asked you to do 2 assignments on DeltaMath that have to do with slope, and so I want to show you how these work. The goal here is to be able to find the slope of the line, and as you know from previous experience and from watching videos, that the slope is always the rise over the run. So it's a measure of how tilted the line is. So we're going to need to zoom in here and find where this line rises and runs. To do that, we've got to find 2 points that it goes through. How about that point and that point? Well, what a lot of people do is that they end up making a segment that goes from there to there. Okay, so click at the beginning, click at the end, and then they say, oh, you know what, it rises 3 and runs 2. So they go down here and they type in 3 over 2 in the answer box, 3 over 2, and then they submit the answer and it says you got it wrong. Well, we all know you got it right. You went up 3 and right 2. Well, here's the problem. We didn't really read the directions correctly. So the directions here say draw a line representing the run and a line representing the rise of the line. State the slope of the line in simplest form. Okay, so we're going to zoom back in here to erase a line. You click on it, and that gets rid of it. So we're going to make a run line. There's the run. So I clicked at the beginning, clicked at the end. That's a run line, and here's a rise line. Click, click. Okay. So now I can say, well, the rise is 3, the run is 2. Type that into the answer box. Click submit. And we got it right. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay. I don't think I want that one yet. There we go. Nah, too easy. That'll do. Okay. So first, find 2 points that it goes through. How about there and there? So we'll start here and then go over until we're directly below that point and click again. Okay, there's our run line. Then we'll start here and go up and make our rise line. And with this one, it's rising 2 and running 3. Okay, so we'll type in 2 over 3 in the answer box. Be careful. Some people get mixed up. They'll say, well, the run was 3 and the rise was 2, so they write 3 over 2 just because they did the run first. It's always the rise over the run. So 2 over 3. Submit, submit, and green check. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do a different one. Yep, there's a good one there. Okay, so let's find 2 points that it goes through. How about that one and that one? So we're going to start here, and we can run until we get right above that point, and then rise down to there. Well, be careful. Our run was +1. Our rise was -3. It went down 3. Okay, so our rise is -3. Our run's 1, so we'll have -3 over 1, or just type in -3. Okay. Now let me erase these and do something different here. Okay. What if I'd started here and gone there? Okay, and then there up to there. Well, now my run is -1 and my rise is +3, but 3 over -1 is still -3. So it doesn't matter which direction you go as long as you do it right. Okay, so we get -3 down here. Press enter, enter again, and checkbox. Let's do one more. Now let's pick a -1. There we go. Okay, so this one, let's just find 2 points here. How about that one and that one? So I can make my rise line first if I want. That's -2, and my run line is +1, so I get -2 over 1, or just -2. Green check box again. Okay, so that's one type of problem we're going to be working on. And then the other type is going to be finding the slope of the line through 2 points. Okay? Well, you learned from your second video that you always subtract the y coordinates to get the rise, and you subtract the x coordinates to get the run. Now, it doesn't matter what direction you subtract, but if you subtract one direction for the y's, you got to subtract the same direction for the x's. Okay? So let's make a copy of this thing here, and so we can work with it. Okay. So my y coordinates are 2 and 14, so I'll write 2 minus 14. I'll put that as the rise. Sometimes I remember that rise rhymes with y's. Okay, the y coordinates control the rise. and then the run is going to be 10 and 19, so 10 minus 19, I'm going to get negative 12 over negative 9, okay, which is the same thing as positive 12 over positive 9, okay, but it wants it in simplest form. So both 12 and 9 are divisible by 3, so we're going to get 4/3 as my answer. Okay. Now, some people get a little buggered up here. They say, well, what happens if I subtract it the other way? Well, let's see what happens. If I went 14 minus 2 as a rise and 19 minus 10 as a run, notice I subtract the same direction, I got 12 over 9, which is still 4/3. So it doesn't matter what direction I subtract as long as I subtract the same direction each time. Okay? So my answer is 4/3. Let's go back to DeltaMath here. Four-thirds, okay, and got it right. Okay, now be a little careful here. This one's going to be 6 minus 4. That's going to be 2, and negative 6 minus negative 4. You got to be careful about subtracting all those negatives. 6 minus 4 for the rise is 2. Negative 6 minus negative 4 is the same thing as negative 6 plus 4. So you get negative 2. So 2 over negative 2 is negative 1. Okay. Got it right? Okay. So I want to show you one where it's going to bugger things up a little bit here. Here's a good one. Okay. Make a copy of that just so we can mess with it. Okay. Now, here are your y's, so negative 10 minus negative 10. Okay. Here are your x's. Let's see. They're both the same, so it doesn't matter which way I subtract. I'll just go the 5 minus negative 3. Okay. And so negative 10 minus a negative means plus, so I get 0. And then 8. Well, 0 divided by anything is still 0, so I got a slope of 0. If I were to graph these two things, I'd notice, hey, you know, they're both at a height of negative 10, which makes this line horizontal, because both the points that it goes through are 10 steps below the x-axis. Okay. So I got a slope of 0 and it's horizontal. Okay, so I'll go back to DeltaMath, type in 0, and I'm happy. Okay. Now let me find one that's going to be even goofier, though. Come on. Of course, I can't find one. There we go. Okay, so let's copy that one. Okay. So with this one, let's subtract the negative 9 minus 27, or minus negative 27, and 6 minus 6. Okay. Well, negative 9 plus 27 is 18. 6 minus 6 is 0. Well, you don't get 0 again, okay? Because 0 divided by 18 would be 0, but 18 divided by 0, you may remember that you can't divide by 0 unless you're Chuck Norris. Okay? So division by 0, that's impossible. You can't do that. And it turns out that what's going on here is this line is vertical. If you look at the two x coordinates right there, they're both 6. So if you're going to graph these points, you go 6 this way, 6 this way, and then down negative 9 somewhere over here. And then the next one would be 6 this way and down 27. But these 2 points are lining right up on top of each other, so you get a vertical line. Okay? Vertical lines have not 0 slope, they have no slope, or what we call undefined slope, because division by 0 is undefined. So as soon as you get to where you're dividing by 0, that tells you, oh, the slope is undefined. So when you go back here to DeltaMath, you'll see this box right down here, this button that says undefined. Click that, click submit answer, and you're golden. Okay? So watch out for those where it has the same x coordinates or the same y coordinates. Then you get goofy things happening. Okay? All right, good luck.